bored another hole 1 inch and met the other hole. The 1 inch hole, we stuck a MAP gas propane torch in, and then in the center hole was oil hardening drill rod. It was just a 1/4 inch drill rod. And so what we started out with was, I don't have a chalkboard, I'm sorry, but here, I'm going to pretend this is a piece of 1/4 inch rod, and we've got this in a holder so we can hold on to it. And out here on the end, all we did was take a grinder and we ground it down to look like that. So we removed this metal on both sides. Then we stuck it in our little fire brick with MAP gas, which is hotter than propane. It's close to oxyacetylene, it'll actually melt steel, and you can braze with MAP gas. It's the yellow cylinders at the hardware store. We just took a set of needle nose pliers and we bent it into a shepherd's hook. Okay, with needle nose pliers. And then after it was bent, then we started working at grinding and sharpening. Here is some hook tools. Pass that around.
You had brought these in before, correct?
I believe maybe. I don't recall.
I think even when I was showing up a couple of years ago, I feel like I've seen these.
Okay, so these we made by hand, and you have some choices on how to sharpen them. You can buy these diamond tapers, and you can actually sharpen the outside of this with a diamond hone. You also can get inside and sharpen with a diamond. It doesn't take much metal off. They'll last a long while. And the other thing you can sharpen with stone Dremels. Grab a few of them and show you here. So there's 4 different Dremel cones. These two are sort of an outward curve or convex. That's linear or straight, and so is this one. And if you want to reform these two to look like the other two, all you have to do is get a diamond plate, turn on the Dremel, and hold it there. And it'll no longer be an outward rounding, it'll be a straight linear stone. So any of these would work, and a little diamond plate. Do the outside, and you also can put it on the inside and sharpen it. And when you look right at the cutting edge, you shouldn't see any light shining back at you where it's dull. If the cutting edge is invisible, it's sharp. You can check it on your thumbnail, you can just drag it, and it'll produce a nice little shaving that you know you're sharp.
Okay.
This tool is just as efficient as the boring bar with Mauer's bit, except this tool is handheld. And you are rubbing the outside of this tool on the wood fibers. It's not straight up and down, the little hook part, it's slightly that way. And you put it in the hole and just pull it toward yourself. And again, it's not hard. And I think you guys can come and look at that surface, but it's also about 220.
Feel how smooth it is.
Feel it.
It's just.
Yeah, run your fingers on that.
It's just.
Oh yeah, nice.
So these are not hard to use. They're used like that at about a 45-degree angle. And you can feel when the bevel rubs, and you just pull slowly toward yourself. Very efficient, and they nest one inside the other. And they're very thin, they're painted bright colors like Aunt Jemima, and that's what they do with green lindenwood over there. And you watch videos of those guys doing that. They hollow out really quickly with these. And something that we could visit as a club if you want. We can have a session on making these if you want.
Yeah, because I don't understand how you made it yet.
Well, we took a round piece of drill rod.
Okay.
We removed wood or metal from both sides to make it thinner.
Okay.
We heated it red hot and bent it with
Okay.
needle nose pliers. into a hook. And then we sharpen the outside of the hook either on a bench grinder or with a Dremel. And we sharpen the inside of the hook with a cone, either a hone or a Dremel.
Okay.
That's it. That's how they're made. And when you heat them up red hot, you can bend them, and you heat them up again and you quench them in oil, they harden, and then you put them in the oven on a cookie sheet, 375 for an hour, and it tempers them so they're still hard, but they're not brittle. They're no longer break off on you. So that's how we made these. And I still have the brick with the holes in it and my MAP gas. So we could order a little bit of, it only takes about a 2-inch piece of drill rod, and you can use the back end of twist drill bits that are broken in your shop. You know, a normal metal cutting twist drill bit, just use the shank portion, and that's oil hardening drill rod. And you take a Dremel and cut it off. You can't cut it with a hacksaw, it's too hard. But you can make those out of 1/4-inch drill bits, or 1/4-inch concrete nails, or Allen wrenches, whatever you want to make them out of. But it's a pretty simple thing. And ordinarily you would put in this is what we would normally have in there. It's just a little piece of tool steel, square one, for doing scraping, you know. And we could hollow with this, but it's not going to leave the same surface. It's going to be quick and it'll hog, but if you roll that over on a 45 and pull, you might get a pretty good cut, but not like these. So, into the center hole, and then come toward me just a little till it cut, and then just pull. It's quite thin out here, you'll hear it make a different sound when you come out toward the opening. Pretty sweet, huh?
Very simple.
I encourage all of you to give it a test shot if you get the feel for it a little bit.